believe is overrated on FIFA 20. Arsenal Socrates. Rated 84 to make him one of Arsenal's best players on FIFA 20, we all must agree that that's far too high. The Greek defender is old school, but is being found out this season at Arsenal alongside David Luiz. Socrates looks like an accident waiting to happen, and an accident did happen against Watford. Against Man United, you could actually see Bernd Leno desperately avoiding passing him the ball. That says it all, there's no way he's an 84. Aston Villa Wesley. Villa splashed out to bring Wesley to Villa Park, and he's one of their best players on FIFA with a 79. He's got 2 goals to his name at the time of recording, but 79 seems a bit high for a lad who can often go missing and struggles to impose himself up against Premier League defenders. There's time for him to improve, but as it stands, something like a 77 or a 78 would be a bit more accurate. Bournemouth Junior Stanislas. To be fair, Bournemouth's players seem to be pretty fairly rated, so picking someone was hard. We had to pick someone though, and we've gone with 75 rated Junior Stanislas, which isn't even that high a rating. But when you look at other 75 rated wingers, it seems Stanislas might be a smidge too high. Or maybe not, I don't know. Brighton Jose Izquierdo. The Colombian looked great when he first arrived at Brighton, but nowadays Izquierdo is a shadow of that player. Rated 76 on FIFA 20, he should probably be a bit less than that, as his end product can often leave a lot to be desired. In contrast, Solly March is a 75, and I'd say he's a much better player than Izquierdo. Burnley Danny Drinkwater. We nearly picked 77 rated Joe Hart here, but we didn't want to keep picking on him, so I've gone with Danny Drinkwater, who also has a 77, despite barely playing any football in the past few years. He's still living off that title win with Leicester, but I'm not having the world pulled over my eyes, he should be more like a 75 if I'm honest. Chelsea Marcos Alonso. The Spaniard was a revelation back when Antonio Conte's 3-4-3 formation was all the rage, but since he's gone, Alonso has gone backwards, and looks a lot more like the player who was once at Bolton and Sunderland. He's an 81 on FIFA 20, which is still pretty kind, especially when his final ball isn't even as good as it once was. If it wasn't for his free kick ability, I don't think anyone would bat an eyelid at Alonso. Crystal Palace Luka Milivojevic. An 81 and Crystal Palace's best player who isn't called Wilfried Zaha. I may be harsh, but I think an 81 is over the top. He's a good midfielder, a leader and a set-piece expert, but is he up there with some of the best in the Premier League? His goal return is brilliant, but that's because he takes penalties, and Palace get about $1 million a season because of Zaha and his spaghetti legs. Everton Cenk Tosun. I was going to pick Dominic Calvert-Lewin here, as I thought 77 was a bit much, then I noticed that Cenk Tosun has the same rating. What's that about? The Turkish striker has been a massive flop since moving to Goodison Park, and a guy who looks incapable of finding the back of the net. At least Calvert-Lewin scores occasionally, Tosun can't even get on the bloody pitch half the time. Leicester City Filip Benkovic. I think FIFA 20 got Benkovic and Soyuncu the wrong way around. Leicester's new fan favourite is only a 74, while forgotten man Benkovic is 76. I know it's mainly based on last season, and Benkovic was great for Celtic, but this just seems wrong on so many levels, especially when you look at how good Soyuncu has been at the back for Leicester right now, and Benkovic doesn't seem to be able to get a look in. Liverpool Naby Keita. Rated 82 on this year's FIFA, I don't think he's worthy of it after his first year he had at Anfield. Keita didn't impress at all, spending most of his days injured, and when he did get on the pitch, he was a bit of a passenger. The Reds were amazing last season, but Keita wasn't the key. An 81 rating might be a bit more accurate for a player who clearly has vast potential. He's not there right now, and Liverpool fans will wonder how good he can actually get. Manchester City Nicolas Otamendi. The Argentinian is rated 83 this year, but City's defending lately has left a lot to be desired, and he's been a part of the problem. Otamendi's been hit and miss since joining City, and he's got a big role to play this season thanks to Laporte's injury. He's an 83 on FIFA 20, just like John Stones, and I'd argue that the England international is a lot better than Otamendi. Okay, maybe he's not a lot better, but a little bit better. Manchester United Jesse Lingard. 82. Really? Rashford's an 83, Martial's an 83. I don't think Jesse Lingard is one less than those two. The young Manchester United prospect who turns 27 in December has regressed in the past year, despite being billed as a late bloomer. The assists have dried up and so have the goals, but for some reason the guys at FIFA don't seem to have noticed. Maybe they're still getting sucked in by his nifty celebrations that can be recreated on the game. Newcastle United Miguel Almiron. Newcastle's best player with an 80 on FIFA 20, Newcastle fans are yet to see the best of Almiron in a black and white shirt. And if anything, he's getting worse. Almiron is an exciting player, he's lightning quick and can easily go past players, but there's no end product to be seen, which is why he hasn't scored a single goal yet for the club. Does that sound like an 80 rated player to you? No, me neither. Norwich City Josip Drmic. Signed by Norwich on a free, it's a good job Teemu Pukki is banging the goals in, as Drmic is hardly prolific, with just the odd good season under his belt from his days in Germany and Switzerland. But on FIFA 20, his rating is decent for a striker that doesn't score, standing at a 75, which for me is too much. Unless the guys at FIFA are a big fan of Drmic's music, there's no reason he should be a 75. Sheffield United Ravel Morrison. I actually can't believe this guy's a 76. A massive amount of potential wasted, not even Sir Alex Ferguson could get the best out of the troubled midfielder. But Morrison is back in the Premier League with Sheffield United after his world tour, and I can't understand why he's the Blades' joint best player alongside Phil Jagielka. It just doesn't seem right. Southampton's Sofiane Boufal. Back in favourite St Mary's, Sofiane Boufal is a 77 on FIFA 20, which I don't think's fair, especially when you consider that his teammate Nathan Redmond is a 77 as well. The Englishman was great last season, scoring goals and guiding the Saints to safety, while we're yet to truly see what Boufal can do. He's a great dribbler with a plethora of tricks, but where's the end product? Tottenham Hugo Lloris. A World Cup winner and the Tottenham captain, Hugo Lloris is almost Spurs' best player on FIFA and one of the best in the Premier League with a rating of 88. But we've seen a fair few wobbly moments from the Frenchman in the past 12 months, and even last week when he just handed Southampton a goal. He's a top goalkeeper, but with the errors creeping into his game, 88 seems a bit too high. Watford Jose Holebas. 78 is a slightly above rating for a Premier League left back, and I don't think Jose Holebas is slightly above average. The veteran defender's got great delivery, which got him a lot of assists last season, but defensively he's suspect and not good enough to be considered a 78 rated player. 76 maybe, but not 78, come on guys. West Ham United Jack Wilshere. History is on Jack Wilshere's side, as his past potential continues to get him a half decent rating on FIFA. On this year's game he's a 79, which isn't the highest he's been by any means, but considering we've barely seen him and the other midfielders who are 79, I think he can count himself a bit lucky. And finally Wolves Jesus Vallejo. Just because you come from Real Madrid doesn't mean you should automatically get a good FIFA rating. Jesus Vallejo is on loan at Wolves from the Bernabeu and is a 77 on FIFA 20, just as good as breakout star and captain Conor Cody. But I'm sure Wolves fans will tell you that the skipper is miles ahead of Vallejo, so either Cody is too low or Vallejo is too high, and I think I know which one it is. So that's one player from each Premier League club who's overrated on FIFA 20. Let us know what you reckon in the comments below. Thanks for watching.